Today, we'll dive deep into the topic of male loneliness, dissecting reality, not as a pitiful lament, but as a challenge demanding a calculated response. This isn't a shallow overview. It's an analysis of causes, consequences, and paths to mastering the situation. This material is for those who aren't afraid to face the truth head-on and are ready to take action. Drop a like if you're here to change the game, and subscribe. There's a study ahead worthy of your attention. Let's begin. Part 1. Reality under scrutiny. Let's start with the picture you likely see around you. Your environment: men without partners, without families, without the life their fathers took for granted, walking their kids to school at the same age you are now. The question arises naturally. What went wrong? The answer demands analysis. It's not personal. It's not your fault. It's a system that has rewritten the rules against you. Modern relationship standards dictate terms. You need a car, your own place, a flawless appearance, or you become invisible. In the past, it was simpler. All it took was the resolve to approach, as our fathers did, and relationships began without prerequisites. There was no need for financial capital, status symbols, or displays of a life on exotic resorts. Inner strength and intent were enough. Today, you can be in peak physical condition, sharp-minded, working with full dedication, yet you're ignored. Public spaces, subways, streets, cafes, are filled with thousands of potential connections, but not one gives a signal. If someone dares to show interest, the reaction is immediate. What are you staring at? This isn't just a lack of attention. It's a deliberate manipulation of your focus, and you lose if you play by their rules. Let's move to the next level of analysis. Shame is an internal barrier you may not fully recognize. Ask anyone, why are you alone? The answers are standard and predictable. No time, work consumes me. But that's a mask. The real reason lies in the feeling of inadequacy against their standards. Height, income level, charisma. Instead of challenging this system, you choose retreat. Approaching someone feels like risking judgment, a situation akin to a scrawny athlete stepping into a bodybuilding competition. But if you let their opinions dictate your actions, you've already lost ground. Loneliness becomes your conscious choice, a space free from their demands and endless comparisons to others' achievements. This isn't surrender, it's a strategic protest. 4 decades ago, being ordinary meant being worthy of respect. Today, it's seen as a flaw. You choose silence because it liberates you from the pressure of "you must." Let's turn to the facts that back this analysis, tailored for our American audience. A 2021 study by the Survey Center on American Life revealed that 15% of Americans, men and women, have no close friends to confide in. For men, the figure is even higher. 21% of American men admitted to having no close friends, compared to 10% of women. Furthermore, according to Pew Research data from 2023, 60% of American men under 30 remain single, twice the rate of women in the same age group. American psychologist Niobe Way, in her book Deep Secrets, notes that since the 1980s, social isolation among men in the U.S. has risen by 25%, directly tied to cultural norms that suppress male emotional expression. These aren't just statistics. They are a signal that society has systematically stripped you of social support. You bury your inner conflicts, drowning them in bars or under the weight of the barbell. Women, on the other hand, have female circles, organized spaces for sharing experiences and support. You have no such equivalent. When a relationship or life plan collapses, you face isolation, while they're shielded by their networks. UFC fighter Paddy Pimblett, after his victory in London, made a statement. Men, don't stay silent. If the weight is crushing you, Find someone to talk to. It's better to listen than to attend a funeral. But who will listen if you've chosen silence as your norm? Part 2. The enemy within and without. Now, let's dig deeper. Loneliness isn't just the absence of a partner. Even in a relationship, you can feel cut off from the world. Your partner actively builds social connections, chats with friends, creates a support network, while you remain on the sidelines, a silent observer. A breakup for her is a temporary discomfort, softened by her circle. For you, it's a catastrophe, worsened by the lack of similar resources. Why does this happen? You're not taught to share your struggles. Your environment offers primitive solutions. Forget it. Toughen up. Have a drink. An approach rooted in the Paleolithic era, laughable in its simplicity. Exceptions exist. Closed male communities where support, mentorship, and understanding are the norm. But access to them is limited by shared interests or history, and an outsider can't easily integrate. Creating open, flexible communities is a task that demands time and effort, and for now, it remains unresolved. Consider the next step, turning to a psychologist. It's a gamble where the outcome depends on the specialist you happen to choose. Imagine. You come seeking clarity, but one psychologist immediately accuses you of weakness, claiming your inability to cope alone is a character flaw. That's not help. It's a blow to your self-esteem that can deter further attempts. Another might dig into your past, asking about childhood or parents, though you know full well the root of the problem lies not in distant memories, but in the daily conditions you face. Working with a psychologist is a gym for the mind, a place to train your thoughts and emotions, building inner resilience. But who warns you that the first months will be filled with irritation and doubt? You might catch yourself thinking the process feels pointless, with phrases like, "He didn't say anything new," or "no changes," swirling in your head. Typical reactions for those expecting an instant breakthrough from a single session, as if one meeting could overturn decades of experience. But this is a marathon, not a sprint. The process stretches over 1, 2, 3 years, demanding consistency and patience. Even if you find a suitable specialist, the urge to quit will grow with each session. The psychologist asks questions that stir discomfort about your beliefs, hidden fears, or contradictions, flipping your reality upside down, making you question familiar perspectives. And you might wonder, why do I need this? It's too complicated and unclear. This isn't for those seeking easy paths. Only by enduring this inner conflict, pushing through resistance and doubt, will you see the first results. Like in the gym, where a body untrained for 30 years, one transform in a week, but needs at least 3 months of relentless effort for noticeable change. Here, too, 3 months is the minimum to start seeing shifts, if you maintain discipline. Now to the illusion of relationship gurus. They're not salvation. They're a trap. Their slogans, 10 steps to a partner, or be dominant, offer simplistic schemes that push you into a pit of toxicity. A partner isn't an object to conquer, but a person with their own boundaries. Their claims like, "a real man doesn't show emotions," lead to depression, isolation, and even violence. How many men, lonely at their core, chase this illusion in gyms, hoping for a magical transformation? The internet amplifies the pressure. Social media is rife with mockery. Men are a lost generation. They ridicule your effort, your struggle, and you stay silent. Society has stripped you of your authority. Once, your word carried weight, a foundation for respect. Today, it's a punchline. Speak up, and you're labeled a tyrant. Stay silent, and you're deemed weak. Take this example. Imagine a situation where your partner shows care. Say, helping you get ready to leave, tying your scarf, or reminding you to take an umbrella on a rainy day. A small gesture, yet it sparks condemnation from both men and women. Men see it as a blow to your authority, believing such care makes you weak, unable to handle things on your own, undermining your reputation in their eyes. Women interpret it as suppressing your independence, claiming this behavior strips you of autonomy, highlights your weakness, and makes you seem dependent, which they say diminishes masculine dignity. In social media and discussions, this turns into criticism, where a genuine act of care is twisted into a symbol of control and dependence. In 2025, strong, stable relationships are seen as an anomaly, unless they're filled with scandals and shouting. The habit of loneliness is both your fortress and your cage. Your life is structured like a system, a strict routine, controlled space, predictable rhythm. Research shows that prolonged loneliness, say 3 years without meaningful social connections, can fundamentally alter your worldview. American psychologist John Cacioppo, author of Loneliness, Human Nature, and the Need for Social Connection, argued that chronic loneliness rewires the brain, heightening defensive mechanisms. You start seeing people as threats rather than opportunities for connection. As a result, the desire to share this world, to build relationships, to open up, fades, and you increasingly retreat into your inner stronghold. But there's also fear. You invest time, nerves, health, and in return, you hear, "It's normal. You're a man." You expect recognition, but receive dismissal. This is loneliness within a relationship, a state heavier than total isolation. And the terms of relationships? Absurd. Your partner doesn't raise her voice, cooks a meal, and that's already considered a feat. Meanwhile, you're expected to bear the burden like an unshakable rock. This isn't partnership. It's one-sided servitude. And no one will come to your aid. In the past, society imposed pressure that restrained chaos. A breakup drew condemnation. Today, your partner leaves for another, and her actions are hailed as an empowered choice. You realize everything you've built can be destroyed in an instant, and you'll be left as the guilty one. Part 3. Strategy for Victory and the Challenge. So, what's the plan? The world has built barriers, but you're not victims. You're strategists, and victory begins with you. First, respect yourself. Don't let their standards define your worth. If your partner doesn't recognize your strength, it is a call to action. Perhaps you haven't fully unleashed your leadership potential or set boundaries from the start. The dynamic of the relationship is on you. Your task is to solidify your position, clearly establishing who sets the tone, and giving her the chance to follow your guiding force. A woman will try to take control of the relationship, testing you and your limits. Stay vigilant. Take on the role of the leader. Second, forge yourself like steel. Sport is your foundation, where discipline shapes strength. The first results will come in 3 months if you push your limits with total commitment. Third, build an environment where support is rooted in action, not empty words. Fourth, maintain cold superiority. Don't justify yourself. Don't grovel. You're the master of your fate, and no one dares to break you. Fifth, choose your partner with a cold head. The time will come, and she'll find you. The one who sees your strength and submits to your leadership. Let her prove her worth through actions, not words. The forecast is grim. According to a 2024 Gallup study, 20% of Americans already feel lonely daily, with trends showing a 2 to 3% increase every few years. If this continues, by 2040, 15 years from now, around 35–40% of Americans could face daily loneliness. Intimacy will become a rarity, and relationships will turn into a high-risk zone where trust is under siege. But you're here to dissect this chaos tangent and avoid mistakes that could cost you your life. We don't back down from challenges. Conclusion. Women's high demands are their instinct to secure a stable future for their children, and that's normal. Today, many women earn their own money, raising the bar. You need to stay one step ahead to avoid becoming a shadow. This is selection. Either become the best or step aside. Work to exhaustion, spare yourself nothing, so your loved ones never know need. Don't be a burden. You're a man. Weakness isn't an option. Train, grow, take what's yours. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear them. Like if you're ready to tear down barriers. Join those who refuse to surrender. Subscribe and claim your place among the strongest. I'm not saying goodbye.